Have you ever stopped to think about why we call our days Monday, Tuesday, or Friday? It's something we say every single day, but most of us never ask where these names actually came from. Today, we're going on a journey through time to discover the story behind the 7 days of the week in English. It's a story full of gods, stars, and ancient cultures that shaped our language in ways we still feel today. Let's start from the very beginning. Thousands of years ago, people didn't have calendars like we do now. They watched the sky. They noticed the movement of the sun, the moon, and the bright dots of light that wandered across the night sky. Those wandering stars were the planets. And ancient people believed that each planet had a special power and personality. The idea of 7 days came from these 7 bright objects: the sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. When English began to form, many of its words came from older languages spoken in Northern Europe. The days of the week that we use today are a mix of Old English, Norse, and ancient traditions from faraway cultures that traded ideas long before English even existed. Let's look at each day, one by one. Sunday. Sunday is the easiest one to understand. It literally means the day of the sun. For ancient people, the sun was life itself. It gave light, warmth, and energy. So Sunday was the day to celebrate the sun. In modern English, we still feel this connection. Sunday is often seen as a bright, relaxing day. Some cultures even made Sunday a holy day of rest because of its link to the sun. The word sun is very old in English, and you can see it in other words like sunrise or sunshine. So, when you say Sunday, you're actually saying the sun's day. Monday. If Sunday belongs to the sun, then Monday belongs to the moon. The word means moon's day. The moon has always been connected to mystery, emotion, and reflection. It changes shape in the sky, full, half, crescent, and for ancient people, that was something magical. The moon was also used to measure time before calendars existed. So, Monday was the moon's day, a reminder of the night sky and the rhythm of time. In English, you can still feel this link when people say things like moody, a word related to mood, which connects to the changing moods of the moon. Tuesday. Now things get interesting. Tuesday is named after an ancient god, Tiv, also known as Tyr in Norse mythology. Tyr was the god of war, courage, and justice. You can think of him as the ancient version of Mars, the Roman god of war. That's why in some other languages, the same day is connected to Mars. So Tuesday is Tiv's day. It was a day of strength, action, and decisions. Even today, Tuesday often feels like the real start of the working week, when people get serious after a slow Monday. If you ever find Tuesday hard, maybe that's because it still carries the old energy of battle and effort. Wednesday. Now comes one of the trickiest ones. Wednesday. Many English learners find it hard to pronounce because it's not Wednesday, but Wednesday. That silent D is a little historical mystery. The word actually comes from the name of the god Woden, also known as Odin in Norse stories. Woden was the king of the gods, the wise and powerful ruler of heaven. He was the god of wisdom, poetry, and magic. So Wednesday means Woden's day. That's interesting because in ancient Rome, the same day was linked to Mercury, the messenger god, fast and clever. Woden was seen as similar because he was wise and always searching for knowledge. So when you say Wednesday, you're speaking a word that has been alive for over 1,000 years, connecting the English-speaking world to its northern roots. Thursday. You've probably heard of Thor, the god with a hammer, famous from the Marvel movies. Well, Thursday is Thor's day. Thor was the god of thunder, storms, and protection. People believed he controlled the weather and fought giants to keep humans safe. His hammer was a symbol of power and justice. So Thursday was the day of thunder, energy, and strength. If you listen carefully, you can even hear it, Thor's day, Thursday. In many parts of Europe, this day is still linked to Jupiter, the Roman god of thunder and lightning. So across different cultures, this day was always connected to the sky and storms. Friday. After thunder comes love. Friday is Frigg's day, or sometimes connected to Freya, the goddess of love and beauty. Frigg was the wife of Woden, and she represented love, family, and harmony. That's why Friday has always felt like a pleasant day, the start of rest, romance, and social life. People say, thank God it's Friday, because even in modern times, Friday means joy and connection. The sound of Friday carries softness compared to Thursday. It feels warm and light, like a day to meet friends, watch a movie, or go out. The ancient meaning of love still shines through. Saturday. And finally, Saturday, the only day that still keeps its link to Roman tradition. It means Saturn's day, named after the Roman god of time and harvest. Saturn represented limits, structure, and order, a god who controlled time itself. That's why Saturday often feels like a day to organize things, clean the house, or take care of responsibilities before the new week starts. Even though Saturn was not part of the northern gods like Thor or Woden, his name stayed. English kept this mix, 6 days from Norse gods and 1 from Rome. It's a little reminder that English culture has always been a blend of influences. The 7-day pattern. Now you might wonder, why 7 days? Why not 10 or 5? The answer lies in the ancient sky. Remember the 7 bright objects people could see without a telescope: the sun, the moon, and the 5 visible planets. Those 7 were believed to control human life. Each one had its own day. So the 7-day week came from watching the heavens. Later, this system spread across cultures, from Babylon to Rome to Northern Europe, and finally into English. The names changed, but the pattern stayed. It became so natural that today, almost every country on Earth uses the same 7-day rhythm. Language and culture. Every time we say the name of a day, we're not just talking about time. We're telling a tiny piece of human history. Wednesday isn't just the middle of the week, it's a memory of Odin. Friday carries the warmth of love from Frigg. Sunday still shines with the light of the sun. Words can carry worlds inside them. This is one reason why learning English, or any language, can be so exciting. Behind simple words are stories that connect us to people who lived thousands of years ago. The days of the week are like bridges between languages, gods, and stars, expressions, and everyday English. You can also see how these old meanings live on in modern expressions. People say a sunny mood when they're happy, a link to Sunday. Or they talk about having a stormy argument, which connects to Thor, the god of thunder. Even when we say Monday blues, it reflects the calm but emotional energy of the moon. Words keep memories alive. They remind us that language is never just about communication. It's about imagination, the week, and human rhythm. The 7-day week doesn't just organize our calendars. It shapes how we live. Think about it. Every week is a little circle: work, rest, repeat. The pattern helps us balance effort and relaxation. Even the order feels symbolic. After the fire of the sun and the calm of the moon, come action, wisdom, strength, love, and rest. Some psychologists even say that our minds have adapted to this 7-day rhythm. We expect energy to rise in the middle of the week and fall toward the weekend. That's how deep the old sky pattern still lives in us. Learning through stories. When you learn words like Monday or Friday, it can seem simple, just vocabulary. But when you know their stories, they become more interesting, more emotional. You can feel how the English language grew, from the north winds of Viking lands to the temples of Rome. Each word is a survivor, carrying history in its sound. This is a great way to remember vocabulary, not by memorizing lists, but by understanding where words come from. Because when something has meaning, your brain holds it better. So, if you ever forget which day is which, just think of the gods and the planets, and the story will bring the words back. So, next time you wake up and check your calendar, think of what you're really saying. When you say, "It's Sunday," you're calling on the power of the sun. When you say, "It's Wednesday," you're speaking the name of a wise old god. When you say, "Thank God it's Friday," you're echoing the voice of joy that people have felt for centuries. Language is full of hidden treasures like this, waiting to be discovered. The more you explore, the more you understand that words are not just tools, but time machines. They connect the present to the past, and they make learning feel like an adventure. And that's what English really is, not just a language, but a story that keeps growing day after day.